We haven't had elections in Ukraine. Well, we have martial law, essentially martial law in Ukraine, where the leader in Ukraine, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's down at 4% approval rating.
I was watching the press conference live yesterday afternoon at about 4 p.m. Central, and I said, this is history, ladies and gentlemen. President Trump came out and said Zelensky's got a 4% approval rating. He's a dictator. He's outlawed elections. He's outlawed his political opposition.
We haven't had elections in Ukraine. Well, we have martial law, essentially martial law in Ukraine, where the leader in Ukraine, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's down at 4% approval rating.
And sure enough, I didn't know why Trump was so pissed. Zelensky, an hour before that press conference, had already come out and said Trump's a Russian agent and Trump is Putin's bitch. No, Trump doesn't want nuclear war, doesn't want America going around and starting all these wars. He was talking like that 40, 50 years ago and right through to current times. No, not all of us are megalomaniac psychotics, but it is the top trend on X everywhere else. Look at some of these comments by Elon Musk. Zelensky cannot claim to represent the will of the people of Ukraine unless he restores freedom of the press and stops canceling elections. Yeah, that reminds me of 2020 when they just stole it. DC Drano says, want to know why Trump called Zelensky a dictator? Here are the facts. He's in year 6 of a 5-year term, declared martial law in 2022, and has banned elections since then. Banned 11 political parties, took over the media, passed law in 2022 to censor journalists and combine all news into one government station. Journalists investigating his corruption get conscripted and thrown on the front lines and die. Elon Musk is also talking about Gonzalo Liro, an American citizen who they grabbed and publicly tortured to death. And we've had other Ukrainian propagandists calling for Jack Posobiec to be imprisoned or killed, or myself. You're a bunch of bullies and you're a bunch of thugs, and the world has called you on what you're doing. You think it's just the Russians the globalists want to destroy and enslave? It's all of us. And people all over the world, whether they're in Brazil or Japan or South Africa or Mexico or the U.S. or the UK or Canada or Germany, we're sick of it. And the EU's answer is ban the election results in Romania of an anti-war person that won the presidency who I had on a few weeks ago. They've said if AFD wins coming up in the election, they'll just cancel it. Well, guess what, tyrants? You just took your mask off, and the whole world sees it, and your disgusting little cokehead puppet, Zelensky, knows that the world has turned against him. Thank you so much for watching this special report. Now share it, my Paul Reveres, because we're talking about 1776 worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, I have delivered. My crew has delivered. InfoWars has delivered victory against the globalist. And while Trump and Elon and the rest of Doge are shutting down the New World Order, they've still got their systems attacking us, and we are inches away from being shut down. We have been battling, and it's right up to the line, and thanks to you, we're still on air. So there is a critical place